here we go.
Thieves often meticulously plan every detail before executing their heists. However, things don't always go as planned, resulting in some truly hilarious fails. From clumsy mistakes to unexpected mishaps, these moments show that even the most cunning criminals can trip themselves up. Number 1. Rudolph the Thief. A person dressed as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was caught on a Colorado business's security camera, pulling off a not-so-festive heist. Instead of delivering presents, this Rudolph was busy stealing goods. At one point, they even took off the giant costume head, but quickly put it back on. The cops had some fun with the situation, making their own parody of the classic Christmas song. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Burglar had a very shady scheme. If you saw the footage, it would make you want to scream. Number 2. Anything for the Gumball machine. In Sacramento, a clumsy burglar tried to steal a big gumball machine from an animal shelter, but through a tiny doggy door. Unsurprisingly, things didn't go as planned. The machine got stuck and eventually broke, spilling gumballs everywhere. The determined candy thief scrambled to pick up the mess and even attempted to fix the machine right there. When that failed, he dragged the broken contraption outside, where cameras caught him chucking it over a fence. Not exactly a smooth operation. Number 3. Fist bump. Things got weird during a police chase in California when the driver of an allegedly stolen pickup truck managed to grab a fist bump from an onlooker. The suspect wanted for assault with a deadly weapon after reportedly backing into a police car during a traffic stop, led officers on a crazy pursuit. When the chase finally ended and the suspect was captured, he didn't look too fazed. He was actually smiling. It's not every day you see a car chase end with a fist bump and a grin. Number 4. Children's lemonade stand. A brother and sister team spent their summer selling ice-cold lemonade in Virginia, but things took a sour turn when someone swiped their money jar. The thief pulled up in a silver Toyota sedan and made off with $40, their hard-earned cash. Rebecca and her brother Josh were shocked to say the least. Number 5. Jugging. There's a new crime trend called jugging, where thieves follow people leaving a bank or luxury store and wait for the perfect moment to strike. Cameron, from Houston, Texas, says he was targeted while pulling into a bank drive-thru. For the next 30 minutes, he noticed a car tailing him as he drove to 4 different spots. The break-in finally happened when he stopped to grab a sandwich. Number 6. Smash and grab. Police caught a guy suspected of a series of robberies, including a bold smash and grab at a jewelry store in the Bronx. According to the NYPD, he smashed the front window, reached in, and started grabbing all the jewelry he could. While he was busy looting, another guy held a bag for him to stuff the stolen goods into. The worst part? The store was open during the heist. Someone inside even tried to lower the mechanical gate to stop them. Number 7. Funeral home. This guy broke into a funeral home and stole clothes and jewelry meant for a deceased man. The funeral home owner didn't realize what happened at first, but started noticing things missing. When he checked the surveillance footage, he couldn't believe his eyes. The man was caught on camera rummaging through the office and even putting on the clothes that were meant for the corpse. It's hard to imagine someone stooping this low, but thankfully the cameras caught everything. Number 8. Brazen Shoplifters. 4 masked shoplifters in Connecticut went big, stealing about $600 worth of detergent and paper towels from a grocery store. They loaded up their getaway minivan and SUV, while onlookers stood by, more focused on filming and yelling at them than calling the cops. With many big stores having a no-chase policy, it's easy for shoplifters to pull off stunts like this. However, Connecticut State Police later said that if someone had called 911, they could have stepped in. Number 9. Luxury watches. In Chicago, 2 guys pulled off a lightning-fast heist, snagging over $1 million in luxury watches from a car dealership. that also shows off high-end timepieces. Security footage shows one of them acting as lookout, while the other smashes the display case and grabs as many watches as he can. The whole thing was over in less than 20 seconds. An armed security guard chased after them, but the pair managed to escape before he could catch up. Number 10. Badass jewelry store owner. Jewelers in the Holyoke Mall, the owner wasn't about to let a thief get away. Joe Fernari was helping a guy who seemed like just a curious customer. But when the man tried to make off with some jewelry, Fernari wasn't having it. Instead of standing by, he chased the thief through the mall, staying right on his tail. Number 11. Pot of gold. Police finally caught the guy who swiped a $1.6 million pot of gold from an armored truck in New York City. Julio Novello, 53, grabbed an 86-pound bucket of gold flakes right in Midtown Manhattan in broad daylight back in September, and just walked away with it. The NYPD had been on the hunt for him, tracking him down in places like Florida and California. But it turns out he'd made his way back to Ecuador, where he was found. Number 12. Getaway Car. A video shows a Washington homeowner getting hit by a thief's getaway car. It all started when Eric Smith ran out of his house and tackled a teen who was trying to break into his truck. The suspect screamed for help, and that's when the getaway car came rushing in and hit Smith. Surprisingly, Smith landed on his feet. He says his college wrestling training helped him stay on his toes during the crazy confrontation. It's pretty impressive how he handled the whole situation, but definitely not a move most people would want to try at home. Number 13. AirTag leads to thief. California contractor Robert Pendergrast got a front row seat to his truck being stolen, thanks to his neighbor's security camera. But luckily for him, he had an Apple AirTag in the trunk, and it came in the clutch. The AirTag showed him exactly where his truck was in real time. Within minutes, he was on the move, tracking it down. Pendergrast stayed on the phone with the police, giving them a live update of his truck's every move. Number 14. Desperate mother. A mother in New Mexico did whatever it took to stop a car thief on the 4th of July. Police say the suspect stole her SUV with her 2 young kids still inside. The mom jumped onto the hood of the car, trying to stop the thief, but the suspect drove off anyway. As police chased leads to find the stolen vehicle, the thief eventually ditched one of the kids and ran off, leaving the SUV behind. She was later arrested. Number 15. Scary woman. A group of thieves tried to steal a luxury car from a man's driveway in Connecticut, beating him up in the process. Luckily, his wife managed to scare them off by saying she'd called the police. This incident highlights the rise in juvenile crime across the country. In Alabama, for example, a shooting at a birthday party left 4 people dead and 28 injured, including a promising young football player, Philstavius Dowdle. Number 16. Teddy bear store robber. A masked man with a gun robbed a teddy bear store in Arizona while kids were playing inside. The terrified kids tried to grab their snacks and hide, but the gunman forced everyone to one side of the store. A customer who walked in during the robbery was also ordered to join them. The bold thief then told the clerk to hand over the cash before snatching the register and running out. Number 17. Backpack thief. Claudia Callejas wasn't having it when 2 women snatched her backpack at Uncle Bean's coffee shop in Houston. She was busy working on her computer at the outdoor cafe when the thieves walked right up and grabbed her bag. But they picked the wrong person to mess with. Claudia immediately chased them down and even tackled one of the suspects in the middle of the street. Turns out, her passport was in that backpack, so she wasn't about to let it go. Number 18. TikToker thief.
Put your hands behind your back.
Wait, gee!
A TikTok creator, Marlena Velez, got arrested again for allegedly shoplifting from Target in Cape Coral, Florida. Police say she swiped nearly $300 worth of stuff, and they even released surveillance footage showing her scanning a cheaper barcode for more expensive items. Velez pleaded not guilty to this charge, as well as a previous theft charge. It's not her first run-in with the law, and it looks like this latest incident might just add to her growing list of legal trouble. Number 19. low blow. A surveillance camera caught a man stealing an elderly woman's purse while she was praying at a church in Florida. The Broward Sheriff's Office released the video to help track down the thief. In the footage, the 84-year-old woman is praying when the suspect sits behind her, paces around her chair, and then snatches her purse before running off. 2 days later, her purse was found at a nearby cemetery with her phone and house keys inside. But sadly, her money, wallet, and other valuables are still missing. Number 20. Stealing from an old man. Police in North Carolina are searching for a suspect who allegedly shoved an 82-year-old man to the ground while stealing from a Home Depot. Surveillance footage shows the thief pushing a cart full of big boxes toward the door. When a store employee tried to stop him at checkout, the suspect pushed the man to the ground, injuring him in the process, according to Hillsborough police. Number 21. ATM Crooks. ATM thefts are popping up all over the place. In Chicago, one thief wrapped a rope around an ATM and a truck hauled it away. In New York, some crooks took an ATM right out of a laundromat. There's even footage from a truck stop near Dallas, where a guy named James Fredman witnessed an ATM theft in progress. He tried to stop the thieves, but got punched in the head and thrown to the ground for his trouble. Number 22. Car thief. After cops got a call about a man trying to break into cars, they spotted Isaiah John Gellady lying down in the front seat of a 1998 Honda Accord. Responding officers say once Gellady saw them, he pulled off, leading police on a chase through Happy Valley, Oregon. Police threw out spike strips and deflated the tires, but that didn't stop Gellady. He hopped out of the moving car and took off running, only to end up pinned to a building by the car he was driving. Number 23. Sushi Restaurant. A sushi bar in Houston, Texas was robbed in the morning. Around 3:30 p.m., two males entered the institution. One robber brought out a weapon and dragged the hostess to her knees, while the other man plundered the clients. The criminals then collected up the rest of the personnel and forced them to the floor while taking their wallets and telephones. The victims were eventually able to flee out the front entrance as the robbers fled out the back. The bandits escaped with $3,000 in cash and goods. Number 24. Ulta Thief. When robbers attempted to steal from a cosmetics business in Pennsylvania, cops were waiting for them. The West Whiteland Police Department received information that a vehicle associated with Ulta store robberies was on its way to an Exton location, so officers were dispatched to the store. They said that while viewing the vehicle, two individuals exited and entered the business. Surveillance footage shows them filling bags with perfume. Number 25. Don't mess with Grandpa. An 80-year-old guy named Jerry Sabranki was hanging out in his local bank reading the morning paper when he spotted a thief snagging his bike and tossing it into the back of his pickup truck. Instead of just letting it happen, Jerry decided enough was enough. He jumped up and leaped onto the truck to get his wheels back. He really showed that thief he picked the wrong guy to mess with. Number 26. Jet ski thief can't swim. A group of sheriff's deputies in Volusia County needed a lift out to sea while chasing after a suspected jet ski thief. Instead of a ride, they got a free boat rental from some friendly citizens who were on their way out for a day of fun on the water. The deputies quickly used the boat to search for the missing jet ski, and before long, they found it. When they caught up with the suspect, he mentioned he couldn't swim and asked for help turning himself in. It turned into quite the unexpected adventure. Thanks to the generous boaters, the deputies were able to solve the case and keep everyone safe. Number 27. Newbie burglars. In China, police say two clumsy burglars ended up making their job easier. According to the Shanghai Public Security Bureau, these two guys tried to break into a business by throwing bricks through the window. But things took a wild turn when one of the burglars accidentally got in the way of his partner and got hit in the head with a brick. He was knocked out cold. Instead of making a clean getaway, the dazed burglar had to be carried away by his accomplice. The whole incident was caught on video and shared on a Chinese social media platform, where people couldn't help but laugh and mock the duo for their ridiculous mistake. Number 28. K9 for the win. In Los Angeles, police had to call in a K9 to help catch a suspect who was trying to escape. They released video footage showing the brave dog springing into action in someone's backyard. It all began when officers attempted to pull over a driver in a stolen Lexus. Despite the flashing lights and sirens, the driver refused to stop. The chase ended when the Lexus crashed into another car. Instead of giving up, the driver jumped out and ran into a nearby yard. That's when the K9 was let loose to help catch him. The footage shows how the dog played a key role in stopping the suspect, proving once again that K9s are valuable partners in law enforcement. Number 29. Clueless robbers. In a scary incident in San Jose, California, 2 burglars broke into a home, thinking no one was there. But they were wrong. Inside, a woman named Rosie was babysitting a little girl named Dia. The surveillance video shows the intruders entering through an unlocked door and rummaging through the kitchen drawers, even grabbing knives to use as weapons. They went upstairs, realizing someone was hiding in a bedroom. In a terrifying moment, they tried to force their way in, kicking a hole in the door. Rosie quickly grabbed baby Dia and locked herself in the bathroom, shouting that she had called the police. This frightened the intruders away. The homeowner, Vikram Singh, had installed security cameras after a previous break-in, and he's grateful to Rosie for protecting his family. Number 30. Don't use doggy doors. A shocking surveillance video recently revealed a thief sneaking into a home through a doggy door, sending a warning to pet owners everywhere. In the footage, 2 dogs can be heard barking loudly as the intruder squeezes through the small opening. Another security camera catches him entering the bedroom, where a dog sitting on the bed joins in the barking. Texas homeowner Eden Summers was stunned when she saw the video of the intruder sliding into her house. She never imagined that a thief would use such an unconventional method to break in. Number 31. Clumsy burglar. In Jacksonville, Florida, a clumsy burglar made headlines after falling through the ceiling of a Popeyes restaurant. Surprisingly, even though it looked like he might have hurt himself, he quickly got back on his feet and continued with his plan to steal from the fast food place. Dressed in a gray hoodie, the suspect crawled across the floor to reach the cash register. He spent several hours trying to pry it open, using a tool to access both the register and the safe. Number 32. Shoplifter caught in the act. A former cashier from a Dollar General in California claims she was fired after an unusual incident where she hit an alleged shoplifter with her car. According to Jesse Soto, the shoplifter, who was riding a bike, had stolen several items from the store and tried to escape. Frustrated with constant shoplifting, Soto decided to chase after him. During the chase, both of them ended up trying to grab the scattered items from the ground, exchanging insults along the way. Although she pursued him, Soto insists that she never meant to hit the cyclist. This incident has left her without a job, raising questions about how far one should go to confront shoplifters. Number 33. Louis Vuitton Thieves. In just a few seconds, a small business in Old Town Spring, Texas, was ransacked by thieves. 4 masked men were caught on surveillance cameras breaking glass cases and climbing on top of them to grab luxury handbags on display at JJ's Closet, a consignment shop. The shocking smash and grab happened so quickly that it left the owners in disbelief. They are now hoping that someone in the community will recognize the criminals from the video and come forward with information. The owners have shared the footage online in hopes of catching the thieves and recovering their stolen merchandise. Number 34. Vape shop crooks. In the early hours of September 2nd, just before 2 a.m., a group of 3 thieves broke into a vape shop in Winder, Georgia, looking for valuable items to steal. Surveillance video shows that the crooks seemed to know exactly where to go and what they wanted to take. They quickly moved through the store, grabbing merchandise with ease. However, one of the suspects was in such a rush that he slipped and fell while trying to carry a load of stolen items. This incident has shocked the local community, highlighting the ongoing issue of theft in the area. Number 36. When the tables turn. Footage has emerged showing an Idaho man bravely taking a gun from a suspected home invader during a terrifying break-in that occurred in February. The incident took place while a woman was relaxing on her couch in her Idaho Falls home, scrolling through her phone. Suddenly, a masked intruder entered the room, pointing a shotgun directly at her. He then aimed the weapon at her boyfriend, creating a frightening situation. In a quick moment of courage, the homeowner grabbed the barrel of the shotgun, leading to a struggle on the ground. The homeowner was able to wrestle the gun away from the intruder, successfully protecting themselves and their home. Number 37. Stealing Mini-Me. A family in Portland, Oregon had an unexpected surprise when they checked their doorbell camera last month. They discovered thieves stealing their beloved Mini-Me statue, a character from the Austin Powers movies. George Capellani, the homeowner, mentioned that the little statue has been a cherished part of their family for many years. While he found it unsettling to think someone got so close to their home, the family is taking the incident in stride. Number 38. Jewelry Heist. In the early morning hours, a jewelry store in New York City was burglarized, resulting in significant damage and the theft of $500,000 worth of merchandise. The NYPD reported that the incident occurred around 3:30 a.m. at a business on Park Avenue. 3 suspects allegedly used a sledgehammer to break through 2 glass doors to gain entry. Once inside, surveillance video showed them smashing several glass display cases and quickly taking the jewelry. Number 39. Stealing from offering plates. A 60-year-old church volunteer in Florida was arrested for allegedly stealing money from offering baskets while the congregation prayed. Police set up surveillance cameras at Blessed Trinity Catholic Church after receiving reports of suspicious behavior from the volunteer, Mario Condas. During a mass, officers caught him on video, taking money from the baskets and putting it into his pockets. They recovered $349 from him. Condos was arrested and charged with 1 count of grand theft and 3 counts of petty theft. Number 40. Woman steals Porsche. A man in Canada was seriously injured when he was run over by his own Porsche while trying to sell it. The Peel Regional Police are searching for a suspect who stole the luxury car while pretending to be interested in buying it. According to police reports, the 2 men took a test drive in the Porsche Cayenne SUV. After the victim got out of the passenger seat, the suspect, who was still in the driver's seat, suddenly reversed the car. What was your favorite footage? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Goodbye.